I remember the first time that I was ever invited to come and speak somewhere or preach somewhere. I was only 18 years old, and a friend invited me to come preach at a small church that really only existed in the summer when people would come to their summer cottages. And so I was very excited, did all my preparation, had all my notes, thought I was going to have a great message ready. Got there on Sunday, gave my best, did everything that I could to give a good message. People were smiling at the end. I thought that I did a great job. And I walked down off the platform, and a friend that invited me came up and said, "You know, JD, if you're going to do this very long, you're going to have to give people what they paid for." And at first I was a little bit confused, but they went on to explain, you may be only taught for 10 minutes total, if that. And if people are going to give up their time on a Sunday, they want to invest their time on a Sunday, then they're going to want to walk away with something meaningful. And you're probably not going to get that in 10 minutes. And so I could have taken that as being something that was hurtful or cutting, but it wasn't intended to be that way. They intended it to be more of a pruning or a shaping. So I didn't necessarily do anything wrong, but it could have been better. See, so many times in our life, God is doing some things in us and around us that maybe feels a little bit painful. And if we're not careful, a lot of times we think anytime we're experiencing pain, it's because of punishment. But see, Matthew chapter 7, verse 17 says this. It says, "Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit." And then verse 20 says, "Thus, by their fruit you will recognize them." See, if we want to be a people with good fruit, a lot of fruit in our lives, a lot of good things going on in our lives, sometimes that means that God, as a good father, has to lovingly come and cut and prune us. And it does sometimes feel painful, but we need to make sure that we're not always looking at that as punishment, but sometimes accepting God's divine discipline in our life as something that He is preparing us so that we can be a people that bear much fruit. So I want to encourage you this week, look for opportunities, even in the pain, even in the sorrow, to go, "God, how are you preparing me? What are you preparing me for so that I can bear much fruit in my neighborhood, in my family, and at my work?"